Well, it's good to be back, even if it is under not so favorable circumstances. I moved out, figured out I dealt with an existential crisis. My father is blah-de-blah-de-da. You don't want to know about that stuff, I know. Well, the unfortunate circumstances we're dealing with is the fact that I've also heard of a pilot of a show known only as The New Norm, and figured it was a good idea to try to take a look at it, and, well, since you are watching this video, we will suffer with this together. Now, let's even see where this is going to start off, now shall we?
What's that?
Are we supposed to be startled with him that the alcohol is rainbow flavored? No, not even flavored. It's just the label of the can has a rainbow on it. Anyone can easily tell you that the easiest solution to this sort of thing is to just pour the liquor into something else. Literally any other thing. This is what bartenders do all the time, I am pretty sure. And I am pretty sure that unless you are very much aware of the different tastes of every brand and all that stuff, you wouldn't notice the difference. Now, even there's another problem here. This is the start of the episode.
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
I want to rip apart the intro music real bad. But I can easily at least compliment to say it this way, that if every episode starts with him ripping off the title card, that would be absolutely an amazing thing to do, to start off every single episode of him just tearing off the title card.
I'm the old norm. I want normal beer.
Warning, warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh.
Yep, well, that ankle monitor and that stupid AI assistant on the desk is going to definitely going to be important later, I am pretty sure. Since this is the pilot episode, we just know that basically that he's under house arrest, hence the ankle monitor, which obviously in this case the assistant AI thingy, the Alexa, is going to definitely be redundant in that case. However, since the ankle monitor is just to make sure he doesn't leave the house, what is the AI supposed to do? We'll find out about that later, and I don't want to just say anything stupid now and be proven anything wrong later in this episode.
It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
And there it is. Well, you can easily say that they could have just as easily left it at he threatened the school board, and the school and the government said that he has to wear the ankle monitor to make sure he's nowhere near that school in the first place because of, well, you know, he threatened the school board. But they had to go into the whole political thing of, you know, the transes. You know, girls aren't girls and men aren't men. Again, the other part is still that the AI he said that he was going to be leaving the house in the first place.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow!
I am going to have to get this out of my system very quickly. Why did they put in the stupid laugh track? This thing goes off basically every time someone says something. We don't need to be signaled when something is supposed to be funny, or that you're supposed to agree with something or disagree with something. 1, 2. The thing she said. Sometimes they're both, sometimes they're neither, and then she had to bring furries, which has nothing to do with the gender thing. It's I am going to have to go into that, aren't I? Anyway, the idea of furry is that you actually like anthropomorphic animals, in the sense that you feel that there is a certain symbology between you and certain animals that you may easily like. You want to feel as though you have the fur of that certain animal, and there's also the whole thing of, you could easily say there is a bit of autism within there somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't know where that goes, but you get the idea. I'm pretty sure I can find a video that would easily explain that better than I can right now. And I just got sidetracked trying to explain the whole furry thing about a guy being under house arrest complaining about liquor.
Janice! What's that?
Warning, offensive.
And there's the purpose of the AI. It's supposed to basically go off whenever he says something that may offend someone. In this case, the whole thing of referring to a person as that. You know, dehumanizing the person. Now, to be fair, this character is not very appealing, to say the least. I can go into the details later, but, you know, that's the whole thing of, why would someone call you that?
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also they, them, and me.
You're non-binary?
I mean, okay, so yeah, that could easily be part of the joke, in the sense that just because Norm said what's that, in the sense of he was trying to dehumanize this character, only for that to actually be one of the ways that he identifies. But then his daughter basically falls in love with the very fact that this character does not conform to the way you would think of either masculine or feminine. I mean, granted, this character doesn't seem to conform to anything, it looks like. I don't even know what they're going for aesthetically. I mean, I can go into it a lot later. I'm getting distracted again.
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up!
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
That you don't go anywhere near the actual school itself, maybe? I mean, that would be the most reasonable thing I could think of, but then again, I'm not the one who made this show.
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist...
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
Get it? Because the one character I was just talking about basically called Norm homophobic, transphobic, racist, in something or other. And then basically my black friend comes in and basically is just there to show that Norm cannot be racist because black friend, I guess. I mean, the main problem is also simply you can easily come up with the idea of, oh, you know, maybe that character didn't understand that not every person of a certain nationality would be thinking alongside him, would not be agreeing with him. Gesture to this guy right here that just walked through the door. But you get the idea.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
Again, the entire idea of... I mean, to easily say it this way, are you trying to frame it that the character that is supposed to be teaching Norm... human words these days. That is trying to teach Norm not to be, you know, racist, only to accidentally show some form of racism in the sense of accidentally thinking that a certain group was a monolith that would not be agreeing with Norm, it looks like. And then said person that did not exactly agree with that, pointing out that actually was black whispering, whatever that is. Ugh, this is so confusing.
You're his friend?
And boss, speaking of, when you coming back to the trophy shop?
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that
Offensive.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
in non-bonery studies.
Did the person that write this show not know how house arrest works? I'm pretty sure that you at least are able to go to and from work, at least, and at least do things having to do with staying alive. You're not just probably cooped up in the house. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police officer, and I have never been under house arrest before, so obviously I wouldn't know. Also, does it seem like Norm is just trying to set off the AI now? I mean, he did it twice here, and obviously it doesn't seem as though anyone else is offended by it besides just the AI. Which, why would he be trying to set off the AI?
Offensive.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
Showing that the dog's been neutered, you can't exactly say that there would be any form of binary anyway. Think of it this way, I'm pretty sure you can easily say it's a social construct in the sense that we were the ones that made the idea of the words and the examples of how men and women should act in the first place.
I come here to get away from woke.
You're Norm's boss. I am pretty sure you would have to have been notified that this was going on in the first place, so if you knew that Norm was going to have to be dealing with stuff like this, then why did you come here thinking that you were going to be getting away from this?
Trouble at home?
Ah, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Well, I feel for them both. The problem is that the guy that came in just, now at least it's more than just simply, look how we just stapled a black guy to being the role of Norm's friend, at least, but seeing how this entire thing is handled poorly, they might as well just have said to just staple this guy to Norm's side at all times and leave it at that.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
And finally, the one joke that actually works. Someone needs to throw the laugh track into hell where it belongs, but this joke actually works. The other part of the problem I would easily have is I can easily say this is just another variation of the I identify as an attack helicopter joke. That we already know where that's gonna go.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
And honestly, there it is. There's this is the most reasonable character I've seen, and this is the one that they're trying to show as one of the bad guys in the sense of them trying to change Norm. The thing is that this character basically is the one that just is... He's establishing certain boundaries. It's not... Oh my word. Are they going to say it's a bad thing that this character has boundaries in the first place, that he's allergic to the dog in the first place? 1, 2, that he's not of age to drink alcohol, and 3, that it's his job to make sure that Norm, becomes a better character, or which would be shown in this whole episode as a bad thing, They're gonna show this character as the bad one, I can tell already.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Alright, two things. One, I am pretty sure that character had nothing to do with talking to your son, which may be turning to daughter. And two, I am pretty sure that is not how it went. The thing is, you said that your son was considering the idea of transitioning, not that they were going to go through with it with any procedures.
Can't do this.
I mean, yeah, that's somewhat reasonable, the idea that you might think that it might go to blows. Well, I mean, over the fact that the character was declining alcohol because he was not of age, and that this character, and that the black guy, I don't know, the only thing is that we don't know names of anyone, and I'm not willing to bother with names of anyone besides Norm. That's it. But the thing is that that character basically was, he looked like it was going to go to blows just because this character did not accept the beer for obvious reasons of not being of age to drink the darn thing.
Yes, we can.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
So that would explain a little bit more as to why he's there and why they are there in the first place. To try to re-educate Norm because they think that Norm is a threat to national security because he threatened the school board because of what they were teaching Norm's daughter. Alright. But why would the United States government have to escalate it to this degree? Is a genuine question I honestly would have.
I just want Normal's beer.
Norm, I already told you the easiest answer to that. Literally pour it out of that can into any other glass you can find in your kitchen. If the only thing gay about it is the can, all you have to do is get it out of the can and into any other container so that you can drink it that way. I'm pretty sure it's going to taste exactly the same no matter what it looks like.
You know there'll be jokes.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm. Everything's changing and I don't know when. This whole nightmare will end, thank God for Elon Musk. Heaviest shitpost means X is the home for free speech.
Why didn't you guys start with this? Obviously, this would be an interesting idea. The idea of, trying to make the old-timey sitcom, but someone having to booger it up some way, shape, or form to try to get it into the modern audiences. And the idea of trying to pander to everyone and the ratings going down horribly because nobody likes it, so nobody wants to watch it.
I almost forgot. We're going to Disney World.
Make America funny again.
It's gotta be pretty funny if a company is so bad that even in this, you can easily unanimously say that both sides hate the company. I mean, it's pretty funny, but to say it this way, that yes, there is genuine problems with the way Disney's being run nowadays, but it's not just shove politics into it and, it bad because of the politics. It's bad because, well, it's bad.